to the epilogue episode of the Harad campaign of 4th Age Total War Dominion of Men, a modification of Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion. I am Wombat or Wombat as you please. We are currently on turn 223. It's interesting, this would have been the 100th episode had it not been the epilogue episode. That certainly wasn't planned, but I think it a good omen. And that last 99th episode ended on the 123rd turn, so it actually took me 100 turns just to get this expedition ready. It really shouldn't have. Most of that time was spent because I did not read the descriptions on my projects diligently, and did not learn until quite late that I needed to have the temple buildings for the Shadow established in Umbar itself in order to recruit the Black Numenorians that I desired for this expedition. They were in the original J.R.R. expedition, and I needed them, of course, to be in this one as well. There's the Black Numenorians. Very powerful fellows. Let's show you how they compare to, say, Swords of Harad. You can see much better armor. And so here are the 3 stacks going by sea. Let's get these horsemen into the stacks. I wanted these stacks to be representative of the Empire of Harad in the classical sense, not the so I don't have the shadow units from the shadow conversion in these stacks, even though they are more powerful. I just wanted aesthetically my stacks to represent Harad in a more pure way. So each of these stacks has 3 of these Black Numenorians that are going to be my hard frontline units. I've got 4 of the Swords of Harad. They would normally be a frontline unit, but they're going to be, by comparison, sort of a heavy skirmisher unit. And then I've got the classic Archers of Harad. And then I've got the Corsairs in here as well. They are an important element in Harad military history. And then we've got some of these Umbar Guard spearmen, and in fact we also have somewhere in here, the Palace Guard, which is still remains. And they are in fact very similar in terms of stats, as you can see. Very little difference, pretty much the same unit. But since they are still around, I wanted to have them on the expeditionary force as well. There's actually a better cavalry force available once you convert to shadow troops. Let's see if I can find that. Here it is. Shadow Riders. You can see the stats on those guys. Very high defense, and attack is better as well. And this is less on the Inquisition enforcers, but the Inquisition enforcers, I feel, are more of the pure Harad forces and better representative of Harad. They're sort of very similar to the Scarlet Shields, I think they're called, the heavy cavalry of Harad, but I think better stats than they had. And then up north here, we've got 2 stacks. Let's see here. My land forces all oriented around ranged cavalry. So even Mumakil, they do have a ranged attack. We have in each stack, we've got 2 of our classic bodyguards units on horseback, and then some of these dragon shield riders. And then most of the rest, aside from Mumakil, of course, these outstep mercenary riders, same in each stack. Okay, let's see. Currently, our protectorate here, Rhun is now our protectorate, but they are not being very accommodating here. They are in the way. Of course, they would do that sort of thing. I can't even like bribe away this fort here because they've made it their capital. So that's all very frustrating. They can move out of the way. They have military access with me as my protectorate. They're just being shitty. But let me tell you about why the map looks the way it does currently. Adunabar went ahead and captured the lands that Reunited Kingdom had captured here. And then they declared war on me. By that point, as you can see my bank account here, that is over 7 million in the bank. And by the time I'd gotten more than 1 million in the bank, whenever anybody declared war on me, I would just give them 1 million Marion to be my protectorate. So as such, that's why I've got Rhun and Adunabar. Well, let's look who do I have as protectorates currently. And then Dunland. All became my protectorates that way. Now, Harad was my protectorate, but then they got attacked by Chieftain of Rhun. As you can see, they've encroached here. And rather than ask for my assistance, defense, this would be illogical to do if you're a protectorate, they broke the protectorate treaty with me and decided to handle the war themselves, which is kind of odd, but maybe because Rhun had been fighting with Dale here and maybe had lost enough military that Harad felt they could take them on all by themselves. The reason they have territories in here is because when they were my protectorate, I had given them these lands because I wasn't able to easily maintain public order in those provinces while I was trying to tame Rhun and convert it to the ways of the shadow. And so I just gifted them to them so that I would continue to get trade income from those settlements, and figured if I ever wanted them back, I could easily get them back. And that's probably still the case. But I still have trade in place. I just don't have military access or alliance with Harad. But if they ever attack me, I'll just do the same thing: throw $1 million Marion at them, and get them as protectorates again, and then I can do what I please. But honestly, I'm not really caring a hoot about the rest of my empire now. I just want to get this expedition done. I've got basically hegemony over all of this area. If whoever isn't all of the west and south, whoever isn't my protectorate, I am in alliance with. Dale has its own small area of influence up here with the Dwarves, North Rhun, and themselves. I am allied with the Beornings. I'm not sure if Dale is still allied with the Beornings. I could check on that, but I'm sure it doesn't matter. There's enough room between me and Dale that it's not going to be an issue for me. Let's see, Beornings. Yeah, they aren't even allied with Dale anymore. So outside of their sphere of influence. On the far east, Dale was not able to get farther into Runic territory because they would just the provinces would keep rebelling. They were too far from their home. And then up here we've got Angmar. Angmar just keeps rebelling. So neither Tharbad or Dale can make headway towards each other from that direction. There is an issue that Tharbad is at war with the elves themselves and has been fighting their stacks, so I need to get there before Tharbad actually destroys them. Let me see if I can bribe these stacks out of the way. Please go away. Yes. Good. Now, you go out of the way. God damn it. Can't bribe him. He might be like a heir or something. Can't bribe the settlement. Shit. Okay, well, if they won't get out of the way, I may just have to fight them. And that would suck, but I could just immediately go. I will give them one turn to get out of the way. And seriously, if they don't move by then, I'm going to punch them in the nose. Okay, let's get going. Got 3 fleets, each with 2 flotillas. They don't all have the same movement range right now. I'm going to try to keep them together, just to make sure that they are safe. Go. Alright, and I do have a couple of armies still around. I was planning on disbanding them, but I found that they were handy sometimes to reinforce garrisons when I was converting provinces, and they'll be there just to react, and I'm making so much money I really don't have to worry about penny pinching. Got another one down here in case I have to fight with Harad, but I probably would just be able to squash them with my wallet very quickly. Okay, let's go on to the next turn. Okay, for fuck's sake. Now the whole reason that, not Rhun. Who are these people? Rhun has these territories over here in the west is because I just wanted to be able to trade with these settlements, and giving them to them allowed me to do that after they'd become my protectorate. I figured that was fine, but now of course they're pissing me off. Fucking move. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attack them. That sucks but it needs to happen, because they won't get the hell out of the way. The wide world is all about you. You can fence yourselves in, but you cannot forever fence it out. Gildor and Glorian of the House of Finrod. Alright, let's get our Mumakil out of the forest. They need to be able to maneuver. Okay, I want to make sure that my generals survive. Don't really care what happens with the rest of the troops as long as they make it to Elven lands. I'm not going to be too nuanced here. Okay, so... I'll have to bring my elephants through here. Okay, and everybody else can just go straight forward. Let's see who I'm fighting with here. A lot of archers. Maybe it would be better to clobber this force first. They got a lot of spear throwing units though. Okay, here's what I'll do. We have these guys come over here to handle these spear chuckers. This is annoying. They're running into the woods. That's creating a problem for me. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the battle into this open clearing. I have to keep my elephants away from those spears. And they'll have to follow me into this clearing where my elephants can attack them more easily. Alrighty. Let's just start peppering these guys with arrows. Looks like we're doing okay so far. They're bringing these mercenaries with their spear attacks to try and get my Mumakil, so I'm going to start concentrating fire on them. Who do we have coming through the woods here? More guys throwing spears. Okay. Alright, this seems to be working out alright. Okay. Once these guys are close enough, I'm going to have to start moving my men away. Okay. Start bringing these guys down here towards my line of reinforcement, because they may have to leave the map to bring in fresh units. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to charge my Mumakil at these two units. This guy and this guy. And I should be able to just charge through them and break them before they give me any trouble. They can't get an effective charge off because everybody is skirmishing. Okay, it's time to get my Mumakil out of here. Let's get them charging after this king. Okay, who do we have here? Okay, so these guys can go ahead and get out of dodge since they're out of ammo. This one as well. Now we can go ahead and send this fellow in to attack, hold them in place. Go ahead, charge down these guys. No, I forgot, I gotta take these fellows off of avoid melee. Well, they're not on avoid melee, so why aren't you obeying me? Attack him. Okay, it looks like Rhun is retreating. I get my general out of that melee before he dies. Yes, well, he is being attacked by giant elephants, so give him a little credit. Okay, you guys can go. Alright, now I need to get my Mumakil up here quickly. Okay, we still have some aggressive movements by the enemy. Looks like they're not entirely fleeing the field, or this may just be their vanguard defense. Okay, I need you to go over that ways. Where are you? Come over here. Alright, so they're not obeying me. I have them go here. I've had a lot of men leave the field. I do not know why my reinforcements are not moving in. They're just sitting there. That's really discouraging. Okay, you guys don't need to lose anybody. Killed half of the enemy so far. These damn Rhun family members will not ever break, it seems. Okay, so who do we have left over here? Okay, definitely want to concentrate on taking out the men that are out in the open. There's seriously like one guy left. There we go, finally. Okay. And get my cavalry up here in the open, as well as my Mumakil. Okay, let's actually put them over here. Okay, people are finally getting on the battlefield. Wow, that took a long time. And it looks like the enemy is finally quitting the field, which is fine by me. Don't need to suffer any more casualties. Are they? They keep seeming like they're going to quit the field, and then they do not. Don't know if my Mumakil are going to be able to navigate through the woods there. They'll just have to do their best. But everybody's going to have to run to get to the part of the battlefield where I need them. Yeah, it does look like they're quitting the field now. They keep stopping and reorganizing. Okay, they're just reorganizing. Well, let's see how they like 4 units of Mumakil. Okay, that's probably their bowmen coming forward. Yep. So they're planning on staying near these woods. They really should just quit the field. I mean, they've got them so... Yeah, there we go. Finally. Alright, so... Are they really quitting? No, they're just repositioning. God damn it. And they're staying in that line of trees. They know where they need to be safe. Fortunately, with an all-cavalry force, everybody gets fresh really quickly. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get these archers up close where they can start firing on things. These guys will be close as well, but also where they can charge in. And I'll probably send my family members through the most dangerous part, which would be this corridor. And I'm going to go ahead and charge my Mumakil right in so they aren't getting fired upon as much. Alright, everybody can run. Mumakil, you're going to go right down the middle. Right here. Okay, we've caught some of them. Alright, many of them are already fleeing. I'm going to try to get a chain route going here. Make sure these fleeing units are being run down. Alright, let's have the family members go ahead and charge in on these riders. Try to get them to break. Okay, at this point we're just going to start getting friendly fire casualties, so I'm going to have everybody stop firing. And instead, just have them charge in. Alright, you can go ahead and get this guy. I'll have all of my Mumakil concentrate on this general. Okay, we're going to end the battle so we don't get any more friendly fire casualties here. An unfortunate beginning. It reminds me of the elves setting out against Melkor, having to shoot up, well, not having to, but choosing to shoot up some other elves just to get hold of some ships. Dude, this is important. I've been planning this a long time, and you're in my goddamn way. Okay, but fortunately, I should be able to just make them my protectorate again. Show what I'm talking about here. Yeah, accept overlordship, and I'll give you 1,000,000. That'll make up for all those dead soldiers and family members, right? Yes. See? All is forgiven. Money fixes all problems. Alright. So, oh, dude. Lost my movement points, though. God, that sucks. Well, I'll keep these guys together. At least they can get out of here now. What can I recruit? Oh, yeah, these guys. Not going to get any men on foot. I mean, if I need to, once I'm over up near Mithlond, there are some archers that can be recruited up here. I may need them for a siege battle or something, but unless that's necessary, then I'm just going to keep it all traditional Haradrim troops. Okay, ending turn. There you see I get my 1,000,000 back. These guys have much lower movement points than they really ought. What's going on? Was that storm damage? Do I have plague? Okay, these men were not damaged. Something damaged my fleet. Maybe that's why it had poor movement points last turn. It's a tip when you're moving fleets. For some reason, the movement range that they display initially probably takes into account the armies they're carrying, but you can actually move them farther just by clicking on the ships themselves. Okay, now we can finally start going up north. With any luck, I won't have to attack Dunland for getting in my way. Oh, the ruler died. That's unfortunate. It's like 2 or 3 provinces left where I can't actually build anything. Oh, this is all disorganized now. Dagnabbit. Okay, let's I've never seen this before. Why would the noble be way? They're always up front. There we go, that's better. What about this one? Are you disorganized? No, you're fine. That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Maybe it had to do with the fact that those units had retreated from the field or something. Maybe. That could be it. Okay, moving the ships. Got to save on that last turn. taking so long, my ship? I feel like my land forces are going to get there a lot quicker than my sea forces. Okay, yeah, so I don't have military access to Tharbad, so let's go ahead and change that. No, I do have military access. Okay, that's just the end of, coincidentally, the end of my movement range. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Are they blocking this route? Yes, they are. So we'll try to go up through the Shire then. So that looks clear. Dude! Hello? I have military access with you. Let's look at that again. Ah! Okay, I guess I gave them military access. Weird. Okay, so give me some military access. That's probably was a stupid mistake on my part. 20,000 should be sufficient for that transaction. God damn it. Well, at least this stack can catch up now. Let's send them ahead a little bit. They obviously have less movement points. Okay. Sure, why not? Holy crap. Let's go. Oh, oh shit. Seriously, why? God damn it. Okay, one of the hazards possible when doing this is that you don't select both the ships by accident and you separate the fleet. That's some call bullshit on that. Look at this, losing men all the time. From my ships, maybe it's because I'm not ending the turn right next to the shore. That could be an issue. Still, we'll make it. Okay. So, our land forces made it there, lickety-split, no problems. But my generals going by sea would be quite unhappy if they did not partake in the initial assault, so I'm going to have my land forces just wait in that friendly territory until the rest of my forces can get there. In fact, what I can do is build myself. Can I build a little fort here? Yeah. I can build a little camp so I can hang out, be safe. How did those guys die already? Okay, I had like 6 spies up here, but they all seem to have died of old age. Jesus Christ, this is taking a long time. Holy crap. I have lost people. That's messed up. That spy died down there already. Okay, we are finally in range. So here's what's going to happen. This back ship is going to come over here and claim Harland. This top ship's flotilla here is going to claim Forland. And the center, that's going to go straight forward towards Midland. Once these stacks capture these two settlements, they'll get on board their ships again, and these ports head towards Midland as well. And then Midland's attack will be supported by these two stacks. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of diplomacy here. Where's that diplomat? There we go. Tharbad, wouldn't you like us to attack the elves for you? Say for 2,000? Not really? Okay, well, whatever. Let's see here. Let's take this central ship and tell them to attack here. Alright, we are now at war with the elves. Okay, so now we can go ahead and... Yeah, I already said... Oh, I guess it didn't count. Alright, we are at war. Alright, the Beornings are apparently allied with the elves. They are no longer. Always build one ladder and a bunch of siege towers. Usually don't use the siege towers to get my men on the wall unless absolutely necessary, because they are a pain in the ass. Dude, cooperate. There you go. But the siege towers come with some ranged attacks on them, so it's fun to make use of those. Get in there. You can get in there. Okay, everybody else stays on the ship for right now. Here I think everybody can get in. Okay, so not everybody. Everybody can at least get off the ship. There we go. Not so here, but I think they'll be okay. There's only 2 units inside. I don't think we'll have a problem with that. And then here, we're going to hang back for a moment until our land forces get here. We do have an agent on here, so we'll have him out as our eyes for the surrounding area to see if any reinforcements are going to come to try and rescue these settlements. Oh, looks like my spy that was on this ship has died already. Well, in that case, we'll bring this spy over here. Oh, that's not a spy. Yeah, he can still help. Okay, no counterattacks. I have a feeling that there would be a lot more elves here if it had not been for Tharbad being at war with the elves all this time. They probably eliminated a few stacks for me in the interim. It's very frustrating with Tharbad. They just seem to take their sweet time to accomplish anything in their war with Dunland. And I was just eviscerating Dunland with plague the entire time. It should have been much easier. But Tharbad just kept recruiting the lamest stacks that would meet defeat over and over again, trying to take 3 ways. Alright. This flotilla... Oh, there's an agent in there. No, too late. Come over here. It took them 12 turns to get up here. That's like a 6 years journey, right? Okay, but... What? I guess we didn't have enough manpower to build anything last turn? That sucks. What about here? Okay, we got some ladders here. We can take this settlement. Ladders is all you really need to take any settlement, for the most part. They've got bowmen, threshold troops, bowmen. No problem. No problem at all. Elves are a little bit tough because they've got 2 hit points, but they these particular units should have pretty low armor. So I've got ranged units as well. Should be able to take them down, no problem. Good and ill have not changed since yesteryear, nor are they one thing among elves and dwarves and another among men. So it is a man's part to discern them. Elisar Telkuntar, first king of the Reunited Kingdom. Actually, ladders is more of a Corsair job. Okay, Corsairs, you go ahead. Actually, let's have the ranged Corsairs take the ladders. Okay, that seems pretty good otherwise. Where are the elves? Any on the walls? None on the walls. Well, that's perfect for me. Probably right here would be just fine. I wonder where those elves are going to. Maybe over here. Get up towards the center. So that's probably the designated... Yeah, that's the lieutenant. He's trying to get halfway between this unit and that. So this gate, I believe, will have inward-facing ports. They should be able to take out this unit just with that. And then I can run around and capture the rest of the wall, make sure my troops are safe going in. Why do you guys have to be on a hill? It's like the only hill in the whole area. I feel like you built this hill. Oh, a little treehouse. How cute. Nice big tower, too. And there's the port down there. I kind of feel like a port city would be a little closer to the actual port. Oh, let's get this faster. So as soon as the first soldier gets on the wall, we'll run him towards this door. There, as soon as we've captured the door, we will get them going, if I can calculate this correctly, in both directions at once. Let's see if I managed it. Nope, did not manage it. Okay, so... Oh, it's on this side. Okay. Right there, maybe? Nope. Come on now. There we go. Now they're going both directions at once. That is a handy little trick there. Saves me a lot of time and lives. I'm trying to shoot at my men, but these walls are very high. Gives them a lot of protection. Still getting a few of them, unfortunately. They've got a huge, tremendous range. A funny thing going on here. That's probably elvish magic. Reason why we have to get rid of these people. Trying to be tricksy. Yes, didn't kill as many elves as I was hoping. Only 2, it looks like. Still, I should have weakened them. Remove some hit points from some of their models. Yep, they're all going to hang out up in the middle. Up in the square. And that's fine, so I can get my men in unmolested for the most part. Although I suspect they can actually shoot at my men from up here. Huh. Well, with that being the case, I might want to just bring all of my men down to this side. Yeah, that would make sense. It's going to take a little while, but it's safer for my men. And you know how I care about them. Okay, everybody. Let's see. Need everybody except you. Oh, look at this. He's still running back and forth through all the different doors. Yes, they're all going to shoot at you. There's no safe place. I have hacked all of your defense systems and turned them against you. It's cool having this bird's eye view of the action there. Seeing every once in a while 1,000-year-old elf dropping from his own wall defenses. Gonna go check to see if these towers have run out of bolts, I guess. Ah, no, they still have bolts. Damn it. It's getting smaller and smaller. There they go. Last few of them. Dude, do you think the general's gonna make us check this door again? I checked it 3 times to make sure it was locked. Oh my god. Jerry. My friend for 3,000 years. And now you're dead. Gotta report back to the general. Make sure he knows what's happening. And that his orders are getting us all freaking killed. Can you make it? That he made it. Is there just one guy left? No, Jerry's still alive. Okay. They're really close. They're like Siamese twins here. Okay, General, you satisfied? It is locked. They're not even using that door. They're going around the other way. Okay. So I think what I'll do is send in my cavalry first, just to charge straight up, because they'll be shooting at me all the time otherwise. Actually, you know, the best idea is to send my heavy infantry up first, because they'll be able to absorb the arrow fire a lot easier. Then I'll have my swords of the shield behind. Don't need to send my spearmen in. These guys last because they would be most vulnerable to arrow fire. And then my archers. You can see these archers got here first because they have very good stamina. So, that being the case, let's make sure everybody's going to be fresh. Looks like that's the case. What I'm going to do is send my horsemen to come up on either side. Is there on either side? No, there really isn't. There's only the center and that one side. Okay, so I'm going to send my cavalry around that way to come up from behind. And as soon as my infantry starts coming under fire, they'll begin running. Oh, they're coming under fire. Okay. I'm going to have you guys run directly. And you guys try to flank. God damn! Those arrows do not give a shit about my armor. Oh, I should have thought of that. They don't have shields. That was dumb. Yes, shields do a lot more to protect from armor, from arrow fire than simple armor. I should have had my swordsman, Swords of Harad go in first. Dumb. Okay, you swords, run. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. obliterating my troops. This was a dumb idea. Okay, well, we have learned a lesson for the next battle. Get him. Here we go. Okay. You guys to just throw your javelins at these punks. Okay, where's my cavalry?
Horsemen. Horsemen.
Get over here. Quickly, please. Alright.
Archers.
And let's have my archers go ahead and fire on these. Hopefully, because they're on this elevated plane here, my men will be able to fire on them without too much friendly fire and casualties going on. Okay, I've got them a little bit surrounded. It's time to probably bring in my own swordsmen pretty soon. These guys have they can be very effective in hand-to-hand. Cavalry, need you guys to hurry up. Okay, get up here. Huh, I don't think they threw any spears. Okay, I'm gonna have some of you guys use flaming arrows. Okay, so they're going to charge these guys in the center. My other cavalry is going to attack from behind. This unit down here. With any luck, that will get them to break. Okay. Gosh darn it. Right, there. Go get them. Okay. I'm going to back up these horsemen, because they're not ideal unit to send against spearmen, especially elvish spearmen. Just wanted to clear the way for that rear charge down on these swordsmen. There we go. These elves finally. Okay, you guys can stop. Alright, now I can start setting up my men. Oh look, I lost one of my generals. Oh well. Alright, you guys up front and center. Okay, I'm gonna have these swords of Harad in position to throw their spears. Have these threshold troops. That should be pretty effective since the threshold troops are, come on now, facing the wrong way. Would you just try to cooperate? There we go. Okay, we'll give this a little time. Put our horsemen here. Reach him out. Okay, let's inch a little bit forward, see if that helps. As soon as the threshold troops react, I'm going to try to send my cavalry through so that I can be doing side charges. There we go, that's a little better. My own generals can go out and charge into the attack. Alright, got that hero formation going on, go get him. Okay, these that didn't work too well. That formation is too confined to space. Oh, we got him. That was it for them. Well, that was pretty costly for my forces, but that was to be expected. Let's see who got the most kills here. Black Numenorians, Inquisition Enforcers, probably from retreating troops and such, and back charges. And Swords of Harad even got a few in. That was nice of them. Archers didn't do crap, but they probably helped with reducing the morale so that the unit would break earlier. For the valor of the Edain, the elves shall ever remember as the ages lengthen, marveling that they gave life so freely of which they had on earth so little. Ulmo, Lord of Waters, King of the Sea.
Victory!
Victory indeed, and I had a heroic death. We're going to occupy this location. Okay, and the thing to do is to check to see how we're doing on supplies. Starving. Crap. Maybe we'll leave these guys in there for a little bit so that they can be not starving.
Ships ready!
And look at this, we even have public order. That is impressive. Anything in here? Well, we'll burn it down after we've landed all the locations. We can give ourselves some consultation. That'll help with public order for a little bit. Where is plague striking? Oh, you got plague? You do not have plague. There's no plague here. I don't know where people are getting plague from.
Ships ready! Ready to sail!
At any rate, let's go ahead and attack Forland.
Engage the enemy!
We shall do better this time, so we have learned from our mistakes of the last time. We want to send in our Swords of Harad first and make sure they loose as many of their spears as possible. What are we dealing with here? The smaller force, but a different force. We're dealing with swordsmen this time. And that could be an issue. No spearmen though, so our cavalry should have an easier time of things. All's well as ends well. Farmer Maggot. And I think what I need to do... Oh, I can't because there's no population. But I think you get a supply bonus if you burn down the settlement. I forget what the term is, but you know, if you don't just occupy, you'll get more supplies out of it. But I don't think that's an option because there's no actual population here.
Await my orders! Ladders!
Okay, with only 2 units, there probably won't be anybody at the walls, so I can just put my
Forward!
ladders here. And I'm just going to forget about these siege towers. They're pointless. Okay. And then we're going to lead this time with our swordsman. Oh, god damn it. No. That's the wrong person holding the ladders. Okay, you drop that. We want these guys on the ladders. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to lead with these fellows. Our Black Numenorians will be taking up the rear and hopefully not getting shot at this time. We need our cavalry to flank, archers to support. These swordsmen have a similar job to our Black Numenorians, actually. And these guys will just stay outside. Actually, what we'll do is we'll give them each one of these towers, and they can move to either side of this gate right here and offer a little extra firepower in case anybody gets close enough to the gate. They won't, but, you know, they can say they did something. It's morale, you know? You gotta consider morale. Alright. Get that wall, please. Thank you. Okay, so I need to sort of be on the opposite side here. When I click, let's see if I did it that time.
Your victory is clear.
Yep, that was a success. Okay, since there's nobody trying to be in the middle, I'll be able to set things up more easily this time. And in fact, I think I will go ahead and get all of my flanking units over on this side. Okay, looks like the enemy might be moving to intercept me. Alright, so let's get flanking units over here. And over here. And let's start having these guys run. Once they get in range, they'll start firing at me. And they're choosing good guys to fire at too. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get within range quickly here to start throwing our javelins. Well, we'll just order them to do so. And our enforcers going to get over here quickly and then up here quickly. You're going to return fire quickly, throw a little fire their way. Oh shit. Horsemen, why? Why, horsemen, why? Why would you do this? Jesus. Pathfinding problems. Okay, well, let's see if I can get my archers into a better formation here. I would be doing better this time, but I don't think that's how it's turning out here. I think we're doing just as poorly, possibly more. Now where are these guys? These guys need to get around here. Okay, you guys, let's get into that weird formation you like. And now let's charge. Oh look, my counter batteries have been working pretty well, taking down these elves. And that is the sound of hoofs I hear, and there they go. They're gone. We're going to go ahead and charge into these guys, and that's a victory in that battle. Let's see how we did here. Swords of Harad sustained a lot of casualties. Did not inflict many. My Inquisition Enforcers did a good share of the work there, but my archers also did some. Okay.
Glorious victory.
Glorious indeed. Yep, I can only occupy. These guys are starving. So I'm going to have to leave them there for a little bit until they stop starving. But that doesn't mean that these men are starving. I can actually send these guys along to assist with the taking of Midland. What I'll do is I'll just send all the men that are at full unit strength.